A startling homecoming deportees land in Amritsar. On February 5, 2025, a U.S. military aircraft landed in Amritsar, India. This was not a routine visit. The plane carried a solemn cargo: 104 Indian citizens, deported from the United States. Their hands and legs were bound, a stark image that ignited outrage and sparked a debate about the human cost of illegal immigration. This flight, far from an isolated incident, marked a dramatic escalation in the U.S. government's crackdown on illegal immigration. Two more flights, carrying another 119 deportees, are scheduled to arrive in Amritsar on February 15th and 16th. The majority of these deportees hail from Punjab and Haryana, states grappling with unemployment and economic hardship. These recent events have brought the plight of Indian deportees into sharp focus. They have exposed the human faces behind the statistics, revealing the desperation that drives individuals to risk everything for a chance at a better life in America. The hidden flow: Indian immigration to America. The United States, long seen as a land of opportunity, has attracted immigrants from around the globe, including India. While legal immigration channels exist, a significant number of Indians choose a riskier path, entering the U.S. illegally. The exact number of undocumented Indians residing in the U.S. is difficult to ascertain. Estimates vary, with some sources placing the figure around 700,000. The year 2023 witnessed a surge in Indians attempting to cross the U.S. border illegally. Approximately 100,000 Indians entered the U.S. without proper documentation that year. This surge can be attributed to a complex interplay of factors, including economic hardship in India, the allure of better opportunities in the U.S., and the perception of relaxed immigration enforcement under the Biden administration. This influx has not gone unnoticed. The U.S. government, facing mounting pressure to address illegal immigration, has responded with increased border security and a renewed focus on deportations. A perilous journey. Risks of illegal entry. The journey to America, for those who choose to enter illegally, is fraught with peril. It is a journey often undertaken with the help of smugglers, who charge exorbitant fees and make promises they cannot keep. A common route for Indians entering the U.S. illegally involves a complex web of transit points: India to Qatar, then to Brazil, followed by Peru, Colombia, and Mexico, before finally reaching the U.S. border. The journey is physically grueling and emotionally taxing. Migrants often endure long hours of travel in cramped, dangerous conditions. They face the constant threat of robbery, extortion, and violence at the hands of smugglers or corrupt officials. Many are forced to trek for days through unforgiving terrain, putting their lives at risk. Upon reaching the U.S. border, they face further challenges. The U.S.-Mexico border, heavily patrolled, presents a formidable obstacle. Those caught attempting to cross illegally face immediate detention and the prospect of deportation. The long arm of the law inside the ICE system. The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE agency, plays a pivotal role in enforcing U.S. immigration laws. Tasked with identifying, apprehending, and deporting undocumented immigrants, ICE operates a vast network of detention centers and deportation officers across the country. Once apprehended, undocumented immigrants are processed through the ICE system. They may be detained for extended periods while their cases are reviewed. The conditions in ICE detention centers have come under scrutiny, with allegations of overcrowding, inadequate medical care, and human rights abuses. Deportees are typically flown back to their home countries on commercial flights. However, the recent use of a U.S. military aircraft to deport Indians has raised eyebrows. This unusual move has been interpreted by some as a sign of the U.S. government's hardening stance on illegal immigration. Section 5. A Glimmer of Hope, TPS and DACA. While the U.S. government has stepped up deportations, certain legal protections offer a glimmer of hope for some undocumented immigrants. Temporary Protected Status, or TPS, and Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, known as DACA, are two such programs. TPS provides temporary legal status to individuals from designated countries experiencing armed conflict, environmental disasters, or other extraordinary conditions. As of March 31, 2024, over 863,000 individuals in the U.S. held TPS status. While TPS does not offer a pathway to permanent residency, it does provide temporary relief from deportation and allows recipients to work legally in the U.S. DACA, on the other hand, offers protection to undocumented individuals who were brought to the U.S. as children. This program, established in 2012, provides temporary protection from deportation and work authorization to eligible individuals. However, DACA has faced legal challenges and its future remains uncertain. The number of DACA recipients has declined in recent years, from 2,600 in 2017 to 1,600 in 2024. Section 6. A chorus of outrage reactions to deportations. The recent deportations of Indian citizens from the United States have sparked outrage and condemnation from various quarters. Images of deportees with their hands and legs bound, widely circulated on social media, have fueled public anger. In India, the opposition parties have slammed the government for not doing enough to protect its citizens abroad. They have labeled the treatment of Indian deportees as inhumane and deplorable. Public sentiment in India echoes this anger, with many expressing shock and disbelief at the manner in which the deportees were treated. Human rights groups have also voiced their concerns, calling for a humane and dignified approach to deportation. They have criticized the use of restraints on deportees, arguing that it constitutes cruel and degrading treatment. The debate over the use of restraints on deportees is complex and raises important questions about the balance between security concerns and human rights. Section 7. New Delhi's Dilemma. The Indian government responds. The Indian government has found itself caught in a diplomatic tightrope walk. On the one hand, it faces pressure from its citizens to condemn the treatment of Indian deportees and secure their well-being. On the other hand, it is wary of jeopardizing its relationship with the United States, a crucial strategic partner. In a measured response, the Indian government expressed its concerns to the United States authorities about the treatment of Indian deportees. It has also sought clarifications on the circumstances surrounding the use of a military aircraft for deportation. However, the Indian government has stopped short of issuing a strong condemnation of the United States' actions. This cautious approach reflects the complex dynamics at play. India, while seeking to protect its citizens' interests, is also navigating its own domestic political considerations and its broader strategic relationship with the United States. Section 8. Washington's stance. U.S. policy on deportations. The recent deportations of Indian citizens are in line with the Biden administration's broader policy on immigration enforcement. While the Biden administration has rolled back some of the Trump-era immigration policies, it has maintained a tough stance on illegal immigration. The Biden administration has defended its decision to deport the Indian citizens, arguing that it is simply enforcing United States law. It has also defended the use of restraints on deportees, citing security concerns. United States officials have maintained that the deportations were carried out in a humane and dignified manner, despite the public outcry. The Biden administration faces the daunting task of balancing competing priorities, addressing the concerns of its citizens about illegal immigration, upholding human rights, and maintaining strong relationships with key allies like India. Section 9. A bridge under strain implications for U.S.-India relations. The recent deportations of Indian citizens have cast a shadow over United States-India relations. While both sides have maintained that the issue will not derail the broader strategic partnership, it has undoubtedly created friction. The deportations have highlighted the divergence in views on immigration between the two countries. The United States, grappling with its own domestic challenges related to illegal immigration, is under pressure to tighten its borders. India, on the other hand, is sensitive to the treatment of its citizens abroad and seeks to ensure their well-being. Despite the current tensions, both sides have a vested interest in maintaining a strong and stable relationship. The United States views India as a key partner in the Indo-Pacific region, while India sees the United States as a vital source of trade, investment, and technology. The challenge for both countries will be to address the issue of deportations in a manner that respects each other's concerns without undermining the broader relationship.